Hey, Kevin here with Forward Networks, and I'd like to share a quick use case. On a large network, it can be tough to find or keep track of interesting configuration in state. For example, today, I need to find all BGP neighborships that are not in the established state throughout my whole network across all vendors and locations. Now, I can log into each of those routers and looking at their BGP peerings, or write complex scripting for each of the many vendor CLI in my network, or I can use Forward Networks Network Query Engine. Now, if you're new to NQE or you haven't seen it in a while, a few things have changed. A great place to start is in the link below. Up here in Verify is where NQE can enable and disable checks for each network to verify intent continuously across each network collection. But today, we want to develop a new query down here in NQE Library. So let's build that query to find all those BGP sessions. First step, create query, give it a name, and follow the instructions within the editor. Step 1, open the Data Model tab. On the right, we have the vendor-agnostic data model for all the devices in the network. You can traverse the model to find where you'd like to start interrogating your network. We want to find BGP session state. So we'll look down at network instances, to protocols, where we find BGP and the list of neighbors. Within that, we can see the session state. But how do I get that data out? Well, step 2, click on any plus icon to see an example. Click the icon, copy the check, drop it directly into my query, and execute. Instantly, I can see all of the neighbors within my environment, but I notice they're any session state type, not just the ones that are not established, like I need. If I look at the query logic, I can see I have an iteration over each device, an instance, and protocol, but I have this where clause to limit the protocol to BGP. Likewise, I can create another where clause where I limit the neighbor. And based on the session state, which is this BGP session state data type, so I need to make sure whatever I compare it to is also a BGP session state data type. And I can see within that, I have the established option. I can run that again. Now I'm limited to just these 2 idle sessions. Perfect. So if I'm happy with my query, I can go ahead and then commit that. So essentially saving a initial version or a latest version of the query. And next, I can add it to Verify. So what that means is now it's available up inside of NQE inside of Verify. And that means that I can leverage this query within the network of my choice to enable continuous verifications for all my forthcoming snapshots. If I enable that here, I'm going to see the same results, those 2 failing. But say I take that as feedback and go ahead and try to resolve the issues of those 2 neighborships. And on a later collection, try again, and I notice it's passed. It means I have no neighbors that are in anything but the established state. Perfect. As you can see, access to this normalized data model is an incredibly powerful and flexible method to interrogate your network and a unique feature to Forward Networks. For more details, please visit us at www.forwardnetworks.com.